So what do you think? This is where I want the mufflers mounted. So because this was the most important to me. Oh, my cat decided to lay down under my feet. Awesome. Awesome, Kiki. This is some piping I ordered off of eBay. It's 3-inch piping. So you get 4 long pieces. You get 4 180s, 4 45s. Oh, 4 90s, 4 45s. Those 2 pieces there I got from local auto parts places. There we go. The part number. 18 inches long. These little pieces were actually cheaper at O'Reilly's than they were online. Online they were $18 a piece. At O'Reilly's I got them for like $7.50 a piece. It is tomorrow. And as UPS promised, here they are. They are beautiful. I love them. I knew they would be ceramic coated, but I didn't expect them to be coated on the inside. So it's almost like they were dipped. The header did come with the header installation bolts, and it came with the collector bolts. But one thing I don't like about the collector is that it is a 2.5-inch collector. I expected this to be a 3-inch collector, and I expected wrong. So what I plan to do is to weld this flange onto the piece that I got from O'Reilly's. It fits on there really nice. So once I weld that on there, it won't swivel, but I don't need it to swivel because the other end on the header swivels. And I should be able to bolt that up nice and neat without any leaks, I hope. And it'll be 3-inch, the size of the rest of my exhaust kit. This is the piece we got from O'Reilly's. It will weld directly onto here perfectly, pretty much. Can we see down in there? Like such. And I've already did one, and here it is. So I don't have the gasket in there yet because I don't want to ruin a gasket, but it's on there, it's tight, and once we put the gasket in there, it should not leak. Here is the passenger side. After I tacked it all together in the truck, we took it out all as one piece. I welded it 360 degrees on each of the connections. And then after that, I just passed a buffing wheel on it. I cleaned it with brake parts cleaner, and now I am about to paint it. Here's the paint we chose to go with. I just picked this up at AutoZone. It is flat aluminum. We're gonna spray this passenger side exhaust and we'll see how it looks. Here it is, all painted up. This is the driver's side, and this is the passenger side. So the passenger side is much simpler than the driver's side. On the driver's side, we had the drive shaft in the way, we had the transfer case in the way, so it has a few more bends than I would like to have put in it. I wanted to make the driver's side all one piece, but I couldn't because of these bends. I couldn't wiggle it out. So right here, I'm gonna have a clamp here, and that's gonna be the only clamp on this line, except for at the ends. The
exhaust piping is going to clamp onto the mufflers, because the mufflers are stainless, and I didn't want to try to weld onto this stainless muffler with this just a regular type of wire that I have. So right here, the piping is going to clamp into here, and it's also going to clamp on the back side. I do have to wire wheel and paint this side. I ran out of paint, and this side's just hanging, just pathetically, just hanging, just sad looking. I have the exhaust mounted back in the truck, and it's okay. It's not the best. I can live with it for a while. I'm gonna have to put in some more hangers, some more support in here. I wanted to clean up and paint these little clean up and paint these 3-inch clamps, but I do not like these things. I'm gonna see if I can get some stainless steel clamps, because these are just pathetic and they're rusting up just sitting in the driveway. I can't imagine what they'll look like in 2 or 3 years. So you can see what I was referring to about having to go around the transfer case, about having to go over this cross member. Going underneath this cross member like I did on the passenger side just wasn't an option because of the drive shaft. The front drive shaft is here. There's no way I could have went underneath. So we had to jump over, run along the frame rail behind that transfer case, and then come back out on this side, and then out to the muffler. Everything's loose right now. That's why it's not straight. So don't beat me up on the way it's hanging in here right now. Everything's in here just loosely. I have the gaskets in here for the headers, but I only have 2 bolts in there. It's loose. I did put the gasket in here for where this collector goes. I think it looks okay. This is something that I really wanted to do with the cab off. I did not want to have to fight this exhaust with the cab on here, because I'm really not good at running exhaust, as you can tell. And to make it easier for me, I really wanted to run the exhaust with the cab off. The only thing I have left to do now with the cab off is to clean up and tighten up all these brake lines and fuel lines that are over here on the passenger side. Once I remount all of those lines, then we can put the cab back on, get the wiring harness plugged back into this engine. I live on a very busy street, by the way. It used to not be this way until, of course, they did a lot of road construction and diverted all the traffic onto my road. Thank you, city.